Have you ever just felt off? Like there's some kind of mystery going on inside your own body, but you just can't put your finger on what it is? Well, today we're going to play detective. We're going to uncover a hidden story that, believe it or not, affects millions of people. And it so often starts with this exact frustration, right? You head to the doctor, you do all the standard tests, and everything comes back normal. But you don't feel normal. You don't feel your best. That feeling? That's our starting point. That's the first clue that tells us we need to dig a little deeper.
All right, so what are we looking for? What are the clues in this mystery? Well, clue number one is this relentless craving for carbs. You know what I'm talking about? That feeling that you need a snack right after a meal, or that hunger that just pops back up way too soon after you've eaten. It's a huge signal from your body that something's a little out of whack.
Then there's clue number 2, and this one is a big one for so many of us. That's stubborn belly fat. And we're not just talking about appearances here. This is that specific kind of fat that just will not budge, no matter how well you eat or how much you exercise. And as you're about to see, it's a major, major red flag for a much deeper issue.
And for our third clue, we have something that might seem totally random and unrelated. Waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. It's actually got a name, nocturia. It's easy to dismiss, right? But it's another critical piece of this puzzle we're putting together, and it points directly toward that same underlying cause. Okay, so we've got our clues, the carb cravings, the stubborn fat, the nightly bathroom runs. So why on earth are the usual tests missing this? Let's take a look at why the standard approach might be overlooking the most important part of the whole story.
And this right here, this is the heart of the problem. You see your fasting blood glucose, or FBG, and it can look totally normal for years. But why? Because behind the scenes, your body's working like crazy, just pumping out massive amounts of insulin to keep that blood sugar number looking good. And then there's HbA1c. I mean, it's just a 3-month average. It completely misses the wild daily roller coaster your body's actually on. It's seeing the calm surface, not the chaos underneath. So all these clues, the fact that standard tests are falling short, it all points to one single culprit, the mastermind behind this whole mystery. And it's called insulin resistance. This is the condition we've been hunting for.
So what is insulin resistance? Okay, here's the deal. Think of insulin as the key that unlocks your body's cells to let glucose, energy, inside. But with insulin resistance, the locks on those cells get kinda sticky or rusty. They just don't respond to the key anymore. And what does your body do? It panics. It just floods your system with more and more keys, more insulin, desperately trying to jam those doors open to get the sugar out of your blood. So, if the standard tests are missing this, how do we actually catch it in the act? Well, thankfully, there's a much, much more revealing number we can look at, a better tool for our investigation. And that tool is called HOMA-IR. Now, this isn't just a single blood marker. It's a really smart calculation. Instead of just looking at your blood sugar, it looks at the relationship between your sugar and your insulin. It's designed to answer one simple but absolutely crucial question. How hard is your body really working to manage your blood sugar?
And this little formula just brilliantly shows the logic. It's so simple, really. It takes two values you can get from a standard blood test, your fasting insulin and your fasting glucose. And by putting them together, looking at them as a team, we get a way clearer, more accurate picture of what's really going on with your metabolic health.
Okay, let's do the math, and I promise you don't need to be a genius. It's so straightforward. You take your fasting insulin number, let's say it's 4.5, and you multiply it by your fasting glucose, which here is 90. That gives you 405. Then you just divide that result by a constant number, which happens to be 405, and boom, your HOMA-IR score is 1. It's that easy. A score around 1, that's fantastic. But the higher that number gets, the harder your body is working, and the more insulin resistant you likely are.
Okay, now for the grand finale, the big reveal. This is where we connect all the dots. We're going to link the science of insulin resistance right back to all those weird, mysterious symptoms we talked about at the beginning. This is where it's all going to click.
Just take a look at this. I mean, we're not talking about a couple of little things here. Insulin resistance can show up in over 24 different ways throughout your body. So what seems like a whole bunch of random, unrelated problems, skin issues, mood problems, feeling tired all the time, can often all be traced back to this one single underlying root cause.
Let's just quickly break down a few of these because it's fascinating. High blood pressure? Well, all that extra insulin can actually make your kidneys hold on to sodium, which drives up your pressure. Those little skin tags you might see? classic sign of high insulin levels. And that weird cholesterol pattern where your good HDL is low and your triglycerides are high, that's like the textbook calling card of insulin resistance. Even things like PCOS and fatty liver are deeply, deeply connected. See? It all starts to make sense now.
So, we end right back where we started. But now, we have a whole new lens to look through. Instead of just asking, are my lab tests normal? Maybe, just maybe, the better question we should all be asking is, how hard is my body really working? Because figuring that out, that just might be the key to finally solving your own personal health mystery.